and fear. Do you know the culture? Whenever we talk about fraud crime, one thing always stands out.
हाँ नविका, मुझे पता है तुम क्या करना चाहती हो।
Good evening, everyone. We warmly welcome you to the one-day free international webinar on grant writing and funding proposal strategies for success. I am Sivaranjan from Skill Activate. We will commence the webinar in a few minutes, as some participants are still joining. To ensure a smooth and focused section, please keep your microphone muted during this section. Participants who unmuted without prior permission may be removed. If you want to become a resource person or coordinator for a free online faculty development program, we will provide a link in the comment section. If you are interested, please register through that link. We will commence the webinar in a few minutes, as some participants are still joining. To ensure a smooth and focused section, please keep your microphone muted during this section. Participants who unmuted without prior permission may be removed. Our special thanks to today's webinar convener Dr. C. Priya, co-convener Dr. Meenakshi K. Thank you all for your exceptional efforts and continuously support in planning and executing this section successfully. If, uh, if you want to become a resource person or coordinator for the upcoming free online faculty development, we will provide a link in the comment section. Please register through that link. The Google Meet capacity is currently full. If your friends or colleagues are waiting in a lobby, then please suggest them to join on YouTube live chat. The feedback and certificate link will be shared on YouTube live chat as well as on Google Meet chat. Now it is my privilege to introduce our estimated speaker, Dr. Julius Case. Dr. M. Julius Ceasar, School of Management Studies and an Assistant Professor of Commerce at St. Joseph College, Autonomous, Tiruchirappalli. With more than 20 years of experience teaching and research experience, a net qualified PhD scholar, he holds multiple academic and professional qualifications including MCom, MPhil, MBA Finance and PG DHRM. His area of specialization including income tax law, corporate and management accounting, human resource management, and data analysis using SPSS and Tally. He has successfully completed UGC-sponsored research projects, convened UGC and ICSSR-sponsored national seminars and conferences, author and edited numerical books, publication 65 plus research papers and guidance 12 PhD scholars. Dr. Ceasar is received several Best Research and Younger Social Science awards. He continuously contributes actively to academic leadership, research and institutional development. It's over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for the nice words of introduction. Am I audible to all the audience?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, is my slide visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So I will go on to present. And my topic today is grant writing and funding proposal strategies for success. And I thank the institute for identifying me to speak on this particular topic, grant writing and funding proposal strategies. And my presentation will cover the following profile. Yeah. The scheme of the presentation is profile and experience, introduction, key research work, research gap, identifying the research gap, objectives of the research questions, or we could call it as hypothesis, the methodology, innovation, expected outcome, relevance to policy, relevance to society, milestone, budget, and justification of the budget. So when I plan to submit a proposal, what is required of me? That is the question. And first and foremost, the profile of the proposal submitter is very important. He should be an experienced person, he should hold PhD, and he should also have publication, and he also need to have other academic track record, which is very, 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 very important. And when we move on further after the profile, the research experience of the faculty who tries to present a proposal. So he can just justify what are the other projects that he has completed. Need not be any agency, anybody, even a small project carried, or a small work done in alignment with the NGOs, or anybody for that matter. Then he can also tell that what is the project that he is presently taking up. May not be an approved project. Simply he plans to take up a project with the support of the college, with the support of the university, with the support of the NGO, whatever be. Then if he has received any fellowship award, he also need to highlight that, which is also more important for getting fund. Then the next is experience in research. So over a period of time, the person who plans to submit a proposal for research need to be a guide either for MPhil or PhD, and he can also highlight what exactly the topic in which he has guided. Take for example, digital banking, digital marketing, like that. So consumer preference, marketing strategies, HRM, human resource management. So whatever be, he can highlight in gist what the topic that he has guided in the PhD as well as in the MPhil courses. Then the next is, so far, what is his commitment to the academics away from teaching? Has he conducted any seminar? Has he been a part of has he been a part of a conference or a workshop, whatever be? Then the next is, he also can highlight his participation in other projects. There are so many government projects running today, so he can highlight that he has participated in this particular project Swachh Bharat, and he has planted this many number of trees. So like that, he can also present in the profile that he has done research in an extra way. Then the most important one is publication. Only publication will spill of the research quality of the person who like to extract fund. So one or two or three or four or five papers in a reputed journal, preferably in Web of Science or Scopus, and these articles should have a sequence of giving a background about what he plans and what he has achieved. Then other important achievements for an academician, it is not enough that he teaches or he does project, and besides teaching and project, he also need to have other important achievements like contributing something to the university, something to the college, something to the student community, all that. So this is what we mean research experience. So these two, your profile as well as your research experience, will be asked in the first form of your research proposal, and if only this is satisfied, then naturally you can proceed further for extracting fund. And the third one, or the first important one in a research proposal, is the preparation of the abstract. Whatever project you like to make, it will run to pages, maybe 300, 200, 20, 50, like that. That is not the problem. But in a page, in one page or in a snapshot, you should tell what exactly your project is going to do. So what is the study is about? What is the research problem? What is the purpose for which this particular topic is taken? What are all the objectives with which you will be taking up this particular topic? And what is the methodology that you would like to adopt? Then what is going to be the outcome, or what is going to be the finding in your research? Approximate. Then importance or significance of the research. How your research is going to be unique, different, or contribute to the society or to the policy making of the country, which is also very important. Understood? So this is what we mean the abstract. So you are going to tell about your topic, the problem identified, the objectives, the methodology, the outcome that you expect, and its relevance to the society, which is very, 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 very important. And in one page, you should justify and tell that this is what my topic is, and this is what I'm going to conclude like. So this is what we mean the abstract. Am I clear to all of you? What is the meaning of the abstract? The second part. Shall I proceed further?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, one or
Yes, sir. Clear that.
answer. Yes, sir. Okay. The third one is introduction or theoretical framework and scope. All are very important. And it should be constructed with 500 words. And in introduction, what we are going to take? Background and the context. Take, for example, digital banking. When this digital banking concept got into, how far it has reached, understand what is the success of this particular digital banking, and what is the future expectation or further move future direction of this particular aspect, digital banking. So this is what we mean the background or the context. The second is importance and relevance. Okay, I have decided to take up the topic digital banking. Fine. Now, why I plan to take up this particular topic, digital banking, importance and relevance. Today, of course, India is the country that is moving very fast in the application of digital technology in everything, in everything. See, that is so. Banking industry is one that has introduced. It started with the ATM card, and later ATM machine and ATM card, and it has moved to credit card. It has moved to today. You know what happened? UPI payment. So many transformation has taken place. So you can justify and tell that why you have taken up this topic and what is the relevance of taking this particular topic in Indian context today. So that is one. The third one is current situation or problem. Now, you have identified digital banking. The digital banking has both plus and minus. Or the digital banking has traveled a long way, but still there are certain things that need to be clarified. There are issues, there are challenges, there is an expectation for future trend. All these need to be carefully taken into consideration. Then the next is need for the present research. Why I take this research, how this research is going to be a base for future. Will it worth taking up this particular topic? Will it certainly prove or help the today's context? Studying today's context will certainly help the future direction of digital banking. So like that, you need to also justify why you have taken up this topic and what is the outcome that you are expecting out of this topic. Then briefly state the purpose of the study. What is your purpose? You are going to be a researcher, right? You are going to present a proposal. Now, what purpose to which you are going to take it up for an academic purpose? Of course, we understand, but it cannot stop with academic purpose. The outcome of our research is going to give some direction, maybe digital banking and youth. There is some suggestion may be available, and that is what is very important to be clarified in this particular segment, right? The second aspect here is the key research work. We call it as a review of literature, and it should be with the 600 words telling the significance and practical importance of what has been done by people in the past decade or past years. Maybe your year is 2025. What is being told on this topic in 2025 May? What is being told on this topic in 2024? What is being told on this topic in 2023? So like that, you try to explore, and you make a typical review of literature. And in this review of literature, you will have ideas, you will have questions, and all these will create a base for your research. So doing a review of literature or maybe consolidating the review of literature and justifying what is the direction in which you are going to move is also very important. So you define the core concept of every literature. Abraham Maslow would have told something, Henry Fail would have told something, or Taylor would have told something, William Uchi would have told something. You just create a path for your research when you do a review of literature. So you are just reading a theory and trying to consolidate that theory and fit the theory into your research proposal, and to tell that you have a justification towards selecting this particular route in the research. So you just look at, so it will provide long insight about what you are going to do or what is the direction that you are going to make. So, being arts or social science scientists, we may say that it will address a social issue, economic issue, or national issue, or cultural issue, whatever be. Understood. So, taking digital bank, what happens with hilly area? What happens with the economic aspect of people? Have they gone for more spending or less spending because of the use of digital means? So, what is the impact for the government? What is the impact in the culture? Today marketing has become way of life of people, cultural factor. Because I use ATM card, I go on to buy product for all my uses. Understood. So you should try to read and find out the contextual differences, what is being told by people socially, economically, institutionally, or nationally, culturally. Understand? So you just contextualize different contexts and try to read out the spaces. Then policy environment and institutional aspect. Now, what is that policy environment we mean? Just a minute, sir. So it will support whatever you do. You make an arrangement of the review. One has told this, two has told this, three has told this, four has told this. Okay, 25 people have told into 25 different dimensions. Now, where does it will end? That is the question. Understand? So you just make an arrangement of your review, your literature, and you present it in the proposal with 600 words, just arguing about the ways and means of that particular topic, and finally you come to an end to tell that you have selected or you have understood by reading all these, and you have got a new direction to do your research, which is very, 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 very important. Then the next is, am I audible, sir? Hello?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Then the next is research gap. Only when we do review of literature, only when we read at least 500 articles published at the national level by different authors, we will be able to identify the research gap. And identifying the research gap is the real aspect for our research. If you don't identify the gap by reading the literature, you will not get any direction towards taking up a particular research topic. Right. So what is the meaning of research gap? You study literature, maybe some 50 literatures, and you have question in every literature. And all these questions are to be consolidated, and you can design a research gap telling that so and so has been addressing this area, another has addressed this area, but there is an area which is not covered. There is an area that really need to be studied. There is a research area that requires special attention from my side, so that I can bring out some new suggestion to the policymakers, to the academics. So like that, you need to come with a research gap with 300 words when you prepare a proposal. Right. So one such is the technology changes. Society is transforming. The attitude of the people changes. And you cannot tell that the rule was decided in 1980 which can be applied today. Not possible. The world moves very fast and it travels. Every literature also travels. Someone would have told in 2020 something, 2025 will be different. So emerging trends, technological change, change in the policy, there are things that are outdated, not fully validated or outdated. Understand? Now what you do when you do a research review of literature, you are able to find the research gap, and that research gap is to be justified through your analysis, through your critical thinking, or through your critical question. So only then you will get a proper route or proper direction towards taking up a research. Then, so completing the introduction, completing the review of literature, completing the or identifying the research gap, you are going to be an expert in the area in which you want to take up your research. So you need to coin objective, you need to focus, you need to condense your direction, telling that I have got this many objectives in my study. Now there are two types of objectives. One is general objectives, the second is specific objectives. Now what does it mean, general objectives? So you just give a wide picture of what you are going to do. I want to study the socio-economic and cultural behavior of foreign students. That is a wide objective. That is called general objective. Now come to specific objective. Now in socio-cultural and economic aspect, what are all the things that you are going to cover? What are all the things that you are going to cover? And if you identify one by one, so it may be based on your literature, it may be based on the influence in the research problem, it may be based on the relationship between. So the moment you say that the socio-economic cultural style of foreign students in India, then naturally what is the socio-economic and cultural background of Indians? We need to explore, we need to study, we need to identify. So that is the third thing. The fourth thing is, what is the current trend or what is the current status? Understand, you want to find out exactly what is the current status in that particular topic, socio-economic cultural aspect of foreign students. So what is the current trend today? Are they allowed freely? Are they allowed to, what is that? Are they allowed to move around? It is not possible. In India, it is possible they can move around anywhere if they get into India. But that is not so in Europe. That is not so in Africa. You have to be, you are watched. You have to be within the direction of the company where you work, and you cannot simply isolate yourself, go out like that. Understand? So now the next is, you may just find out the existing practice, how effective it is, existing policy, how effective it is, existing interventions, how effective they are. Understand? Then the next is perception, behavior, experience of relevant stakeholders. What is the perception of the foreign students about our culture? What is the behavior of them towards our culture? What is the experience that they share? Do they feel that they are comfortable to stay in India? They are very, very much respected like. So these are all certain things that may be consolidated, coined or developed, and may be told as a basic objective. And you also need to test hypotheses. You will have one perception, and the direction of the research will take in a different dimension. So your objective should be also a question like, or an assumption like. Understand? Assumption or question. Then the next is to develop a conceptual or analytical framework based on research findings. So finally, in the objective, your point is, I am going to develop my own theory, my own idea, my own concept. Understand? So that is the last but one. Then the final one is recommendation for policy, practice, and further research. It is also very, 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 very important. When you decide an objective, there are wide objective, focused objectives, and the outcome of the research need to be highlighted in the objectives of the study with 200 words. Then the next is hypothesis. That also should be presented in 200 words. When we mean hypothesis, it is called research question. There is no association, there is no relevance, there is no problem, all that. There is no problem, all that. So, what is the current status or the nature of the selected research problem? What is the research problem? What is the current nature of the research problem? Understand, this need to be presented as a question. Then now what you will do, you can make it a statement, and you can also tell that it is going to be a hypothesis. Like, the next is the key factors or variables influence the research problem. What are the factors that influences the research problem? My research problem may be the attitude of students towards studies. Now, what are all the variables that are going to influence studies? He should have a good teacher, he should have a good infrastructure or a good atmosphere. Understand? So like that, what influences the variable, that is also very important. Then the third one is the significant relationship between the identified variables. I have money, spending habit, income and spending habit. So relationship. I cannot spend without money, or I cannot buy without money. That's the point. So, is there a significant relationship between the identified variable? There are two variables you identify: spending habit and your income. Then how these two are going to be associated, how they are relevant, how they relate with each other, that is also very important. Take for example, higher the salary, higher the purchasing power. Higher the salary, higher the purchasing power. And this is what is happening in India. Many people, there are so many, so many products sold in India, convenient products or convenient goods are being sold in India because income is higher. Then naturally people go for high priority goods. So imagine 1980s or 1990s, a family found very hard to buy a two-wheeler. Cycle was their primary product. Now what happens? Most of them move towards two-wheeler. Most of the houses own grinder. Most of the houses own mixer. Most of the houses own television. Most of the houses are air conditioned. So like that, you just try to identify the relationship between relationship between income and the purchasing power or buying habit. So when we mean hypothesis, you need to tell based on your topic what your hypothesis is going to be, or we could call what is going to be your assumption. What is going to be your assumption? So like that, you can read and find out what exactly the problem is and how I am going to approach the problem, or what is my anticipated result in my study, and that is what we mean hypothesis. Then in 200 words, you have to justify your methodology. What is the method that you are going to adopt? Is it going to be a qualitative method or a quantitative method or a mixed method? Understand what is qualitative and what is quantitative. Quantitative is number of respondents that we are meeting. Qualitative is number of quality response that we get. Understand? Is my study going to be a descriptive one or analytical one or exploratory one? What is descriptive? Describing something. Or a second one is analytical. Though I have got lot of resources, still I critically look into. And that is what we mean analytical. The third one is exploratory. So I want to explore, read and find out what is this, what is that. There are people who write research papers more in a critical way. They read a lot and they put it as a reference, and then they come to a conclusion that they have done this particular research. Then the third research and design dimension could be a systematic and objective analysis. And that is what most of the social science research is doing with. So I want to make a systematic and an analysis based on the objectives that I am creating, or the research problem I have identified. So this is what we mean the first part of the methodology, research design. The second part is study area or population. You cannot tell that I'm going to study the spending habit of the people all over the world. Not possible. There is income difference, there is cultural difference, there is product difference, there is lifestyle difference, so many things. So you cannot tell that the by population is going to be the entire people in the world. Not possible. Not possible. Understand? You have to focus. You have to find out. You need to condense your approach, telling that this is what I am going to do. That is the next area. Then the next is I also need to select the relevant respondents, relevant stakeholders. I want to study about company, means I need to get a response from the employees or the owners or shareholders, whoever may be from the company. I cannot tell that I want to do a research about Reliance India, but I will never meet anybody associated with Reliance India. We cannot tell that. It is not possible. It is not possible. So your study area and the population should be clearly defined and clearly understood and clearly defined, and you should tell that this group is going to be my population. Women working in unorganized sector, women working in unorganized sector, men working in unorganized sector, students studying in autonomous colleges, students studying in university. Understand? So like that, you try to be very practical in your approach to identify the population or the the area that you are going to select for your research. Then the third part in the methodology is sample size and sampling technique. You cannot tell that you are going to cover up the entire student community of a particular college. Not possible. Not possible. You have to identify few from arts, few from commerce, few from science, and that outcome may be justified. So you also need to have a sample size. Out of 100, I'm going to select some 10 people. So the percentage is there. I don't want to go on. So out of 100, I'm going to select 10 people who may reflect the opinion of the 100 people. And that is what we mean sample size or sampling technique. Then the next is, the fourth one is sources of data. And today, for a research, we depend on two important sources. One is primary, the other is secondary. Now, what do we mean by primary data? Primary data is something that you take it up based on your research idea, based on your research design. So you may collect through a survey, you may collect through an interview schedule, you may collect through an observation, and you may also collect through experiment. So whatever you collect through survey, whatever you collect through interview, whatever you collect through observation, and whatever you collect through experiment is going to be called as primary data. And we come to secondary data. Secondary data is the one which are already available, and today we have no problem at all. We have got a very good online database, and at the click of the mouse we can collect that, and people are very smart, people are very good at that. But do they read? Do they continuously read to understand about the article? That is the question among our research scholars today. So the fourth one is sources of data, and the fifth one is data collection tools. You will follow a questionnaire method or an interview schedule. I don't want to explain on that. And you also need to pre-test your question, pilot study, so that you understand whether you have constructed your question well. So most of the time, without choice, you try to distribute a questionnaire so that it will provide you a lot of insight for your research. And that is how we need to take up a pilot study. Then the sixth point is variables of the study. Independent variable, dependent variable, and control variable. Understand? Now, what is the meaning of independent variable? Influencing a factor that influences my research problem or a research question. Now, what is going to be the dependent variable? And it is measured along with the independent variable. Dependent variable cannot be independent. Independent variable cannot may be dependent, right? So this is the proposed methodology that we are going to follow. We have come to a very important area, innovation and path breaking. There is a spelling mistake, please bear with me. Breaking, right. Novel perspective and approach. You have taken up a research, very good, fine. You have found a research problem, very good. Now, how unique it is going to be? How different your research is going to be? What is the different perspective with which you are looking at that particular topic? Understand? So that we call it as a novel perspective or your research approach. Then the next is integrating theoretical framework. That is also very important. You have to integrate. A has told something, B has told something, C is telling something. Now I am D. How I am going to integrate their conversation to find out a direction for my research, and that itself could be called as innovation. That itself could be called as innovation. It means I have perceived idea from theoretical studies, theoretical framework, theoretical knowledge, and from out of that I have found a route through which I am moving towards. The third one is you need to evolve your methodology. Understand? You need to evolve your own methodology. But still today we are talking about data analytics. So you may tell that I'm going to adopt a data analytics technique so that I get lot of output out of my data, and those output may give a direction towards innovation, path breaking, or whatever be like that. So that is also very important in your research. Am I clear, sir? Does things go well? You have any doubt so far?
Yes, clear,
Anybody?
sir.
Go well, sir. Hello. Shall
Yeah,
I?
clear, sir.
You are clear?
Yes,
Yes, sir, clear.
Yes, sir. That's fine.
yes,
That's
sir.
fine.
Clarity.
So in
That's fine.
innovation, the most important focus should be emerging trends, technology, and policy development. You do a research, if it does not support the emerging trend, that means future of digital banking, future of student education, future of any scientific science topic or scientific innovation. We are talking about nanomaterial, nanoscience. Understand? Future. So emerging trend or the futuristic focus is very important when you say that you want to be a person with innovative ideas in doing a research. The adoption of technology. When I was a research scholar, I just prepared a table and just made an analysis with nearly 300-400 questions. I just prepared a master table pasting A4 sheet, pasting the exam paper 4 or 5 sheets together and wrote first question, gender, first one is male, second one is female, like that. But today it is not so. At the click of the mouse, you will get the number of male respondents and number of female respondents. At the click of the mouse, you get the different age group. At the click of the mouse, you will be able to get different income group. So you have to move towards this emerging trend to do your research or justify that your innovation is this, your path breaking is this. I have read lot of insights. I got lot of insights. Now I want to take a different direction. Like that, you need to tell that. Then you also should generate ground evidence. Without any base, you cannot tell that I want to go this. There should be a route. There should be a way. and that way and route need to be supported by your review of literature. And you should also ensure that it is practically possible. Your research should be practically possible. If you say that my research is not practically possible, then no question of doing a research. No question of doing a research. Understand? So the next is, if you do a research, it should contribute to the advancement of knowledge. We get a lot of insight about the innovation of electricity, innovation of bulb, whatever be. And it was told that these people failed thousands of times, and after thousandth time only people were able to be successful. They were able to generate electricity, they were able to find a bulb, they were able to find a computer. No, the first computer was housed in a big house. The first computer was housed in a very big house. People say advancement of knowledge. Today what happened? 20 years back when I purchased my computer, I was told that I should keep my computer only in the AC room. Now what happens? 20 years back when I bought my mobile phone, understand? So this is what we mean advancement of knowledge. Any innovation must contribute to the advancement or change or increase of a knowledge. Understand? So this is very, very important. Then another important thing, whatever I suggest should be acceptable by the society. Whatever I suggest should be acceptable by the society. Understand? So there was one innovation maybe 30 years back. People told that they can generate petroleum out of some leaves like. So that innovation was partially accepted, and today we do not know that innovation has died. I don't know whether I am not questioning that outcome, it is right or wrong. I do not know, but there were people telling all in the newspaper that we can generate we can generate petroleum or create petroleum out of that leaves, medicinal leaves. But today it is not there. No. So when you find something, it should contribute to the advancement of knowledge. That is very important. Then the other important area is the expected outcome. Usually in 300 words, I'm going to take up a research. Now, what I anticipate, what is the new evidence that I have developed, what are the variables that I have considered, and what are the interrelationship that I have arrived at. What are all the theories, models, or frameworks that I have developed through this particular research? What is the concept, new concept or new analytical framework that I have found or I am going to find through my research? There are critical factors. There is a changing trend. There are new patterns. Understand? So today we say that we are living in a data-driven world. We are living in a data is used for your research, and how that opinion of people is consolidated to provide the idea for effective decision. I quote one example. Today you go to ATM, you try to insert your card, take your money, do your transaction. After that there is a feedback, and the feedback comes with a question or scaling as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And earlier it was, even if you touch one, there will be no further question. Your feedback is registered. Please remove your card, like things will say. But today what happens? Even if you click 4, then there will be what is the area in which you are not satisfied. Then you have to what naturally people do, instead of clicking 4, let us go to 5. So we'll just put 5. Then no further question will be there. I can comfortably come out like. So this is one strategy adopted in the marketing area. So all 5 ranks, then when we consolidate, they say that this company has got 5 star, this doctor has got 5 star, this hospital has got 5 star, this product has got 5 star, this pan has got 5 star, like that. So they create, but that is manipulation. But expected outcome of your research should be, expected outcome of your research should be, whatever output that you get, you are going to get, should be of application oriented. It should support your marketing for decision making. It should support your product for improvement. So this is what the expected outcome that we anticipate out of this particular area. There are other things also. Your outcome should help in policy, your outcome should help in planning, and your outcome should also help in implementation. You just imagine the government launching a 100-day employment, NREG, understand, 100-day employment program that is going to be changed by the central government. Now they are launching it for 125 days. Now what do they say? What is the recommendation? People went and made a study in villages. They found that most of the time people have no work. So government launched, at least you provide 100 days of work, let money get into the hands of people so that they have a very comfortable living. So this is the idea of the government. So when I do a research, it should help in policy formulation, planning and implementation. So that is one area. Then it should also contribute to academic literature. It should also contribute to the academic literature. Now what is the meaning of academic literature? You just imagine, when I was a college student, in the marketing book there was one machine, that was ATM machine, one full page it was printed, and my teacher told me this is a machine that will deliver money. The definition itself, machine to deliver money. We all laughed. We all laughed. And that was the academic literature available those days. But today what happens? Today what happens? This academic literature dimension has changed. Academic literature dimension has changed. So that is the second one. The third one is understand the challenges and opportunities. You should tell that what is the challenge that is available out of your suggestion, and what is the opportunity that is available out of my suggestion. Both are very, very important. Challenges and opportunities. Then the next is, will it be strategic? Will it give an intervention that is strategically accepted? Take for example, an organization puts a rule out of a research study. An organization puts a rule, and will that rule be a strategy or an intervention that can be accepted or not? I quote one example, sir. There was one organization that just dropped a notice in the company, from today on there is no tea break. Then people were annoying. The employees all struggled. Why no tea break? Then the next day the management dropped another notice. Instead of tea break, tea will be served at the work spot. So people got convinced. So anyhow, tea break is not there, but still tea is served at our premise. So we are partially happy. Like third day, another notice was placed. What does it say? The tea expenses will be borne by the management. Now people were happy because whenever they go to canteen, they have to spend 20-30 rupees. Now that is stopped. If you want to go for any restroom, you can go freely, but no break at all. So the management was able to increase 10% of its sales, and the management spent 3% of the sales to employees tea. So the management is able to be successful with a 7% increase in the production. It is what we mean intervention and strategies. It is what we mean intervention and strategies. So this also need to be understood, or this also need to be clearly looked into. So my expected outcome is, I make a project, I find that there are many man hours are wasted in the canteen. People, instead of 10-15 minutes, they take half an hour. So when they come to a work spot, just they work for 1 hour and they go for lunch break. Again, they spend many time. So like that, someone has done a research and he was able to suggest that don't provide tea break, instead provide a tea like. So that is what we mean research intervention, and that is what we mean the strategy or strategies. Then the last but one important topic is relevance to policy making. I cannot blindly do research, as most of the research scholars today do know. So they do a research now. What is going to be the outcome? We do not know. What is going to be the suggestion? We do not know. Just imagine one single idea, small idea that I told, no tea break. So you just look at that research, look at the finding, and look at the suggestion, and that suggestion can be a global suggestion today. So relevance to policy making is very, 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 very important. Understand? So when we mean relevance to policy making, you are going to give a proper idea or proper suggestion to the company or to the government or to the society, whatever. Only when that idea is mooted, a policy can come out. A policy can come out. Understood? We all know that India was very strong maybe 10 years back with microfinance. One professor at the field in Bangladesh, he went to the field, Professor Muhammad Yunus, and he was able to organize women, make them to invest money, and the real role played by him on women empowerment. And this has become a policy at the international level. Many countries started following that. So relevance to policy making or public policy is also very, 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 very important. And in policy making, how it is going to be effective, how it is going to be suitable, how it can be scalable, measurable. Understand how much resource the government can allocate, what is the priority, how much importance we can give. Take for example rural housing. People live in huts, so government can go for rural housing, rural laying of road, providing water, providing sanitation. Understand, creating schools and colleges. And so these are all, we call it as policy making. It all the outcome of what is being told by the researchers. Monitoring and evaluating, we understand. So you suggest something, we are going to adopt it. We also monitor, we also evaluate, and we also try to provide how effectively this my research will contribute to policy and what is going to be the outcome. Then the next, interdisciplinary policy approach. Today more speak about interdisciplinary, commerce aligned with economics, commerce aligned with almost all the fields of study. Commerce aligned with almost all the fields of study. Any small software need to be marketed, need to be sold. So naturally commerce comes there. Commerce comes there. Then relevance to society, the real world problem affecting communities, affecting organization, affecting social group. Understand? So my research outcome should also must also focus on improving the quality of life, quality of health, quality of or well-being of the people or the society is very, 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 very important. And people also need to have a public awareness and understanding. Take for example use of mobile phone. What happened in Nepal? There was public awareness towards the use of mobile phone. Then people were positive, negative, and the rulers were targeted. Then naturally it was locked, and it has become a big issue in the country. Understood? So any policy need to provide a public awareness. So use of mobile phone for long many hours, what is going to be affected. Use of computers, sitting in front of computers. We take pride in telling that we are digital natives. We take pride in telling that we are digital natives. We want to be with the digital gadgets all through my day and night, all through day and night. Not possible. It will affect the health. It will create stress. Understand? So relevance to the society, you also need to present what is the relevance of your topic to the society. Furthermore, social equity, inclusion, empowerment. Today India, you take India is not a country with a, though we say a democratic republic, all that, India has got lot of disparity. Rich is rich, poor is poor, or poor people are more, India rich people are more, like that we define. So in at this point, your outcome show how your outcome is going to be common to everyone, how your outcome is common to everyone. So you should focus on the social change, the behavioral aspect, understand positive societal change, real change in the society, real change in the society. So all these, and today we more speak about sustainable development or sustainable development goals. When we mean that education for all, sanitation for all, health for all. So when we mean that, either it need to align with all these, it need to align with all these. This is what we mean social relevance. Now, so you have done all this. Now you are going to tell your sponsor, the research funding agent, what you are going to do, how you are going to do. Literature review, what is the duration that you are going to take, when you are going to finalize your objectives, when you are going to finalize your thesis, hypothesis, when you are going to design your methodology, when are you going to take up your pilot study, when you are going to take up your data collection, understand, when you are going to authenticate data or approve your data, then when you are going to analyze the data, what is the duration that you are going to take to analyze and interpret the data, when you are going to prepare a first draft of your report, when are you going to fine tune your report, when are you going to revise your report, and when you are going to submit your report finally. This is what we mean milestone. If you take 2 years research, you distribute accordingly. If you take 1 year research, distribute accordingly. If you take 6 months research, distribute accordingly. So this is what we mean milestone. Then the last topic is the budget. There are 7 important areas in budget. You need to provide a salary or honorarium for research. You need to spend money on data collection. You need to acquire equipment for either on rent or through your or permanent equipment you may go for. You may use labs. Understand? So all, you may use buy software. You also need to train your person who works along with you, so that he gets trained to collect data. Then you also explore ways and means of publishing your paper. Then you also need to provide your unexpected expenses in the budget. So this is the budget. So everything need to be justified. A budget, you cannot simply say, I want salary this much. No. How many people you are going to engage, where they are going to work, how long they are going to work, understand how long they are going to work. You should define very clearly as to this personal cost. Then data collection expenses. So you will go to the field sometime, you will print the material, understand, you will use lab, you will use computers, you will use printer, you will use camera, like that. You need to, you may have some sample to test elsewhere, you may go to IIT sometime, you have to pay the fees, understand. So like that, you define what exactly you are going to do, what exactly you are going to do with the particular area. That is justification of research. So my dear friends, today I have taken up this particular topic, grant writing proposal, grant writing and funding proposal strategies. And this requires your personal profile, your introduction or idea, your objectives, your methodology, understand, your review of literature, then your justification towards fund. All that are very important. If you comprehensively prepare this proposal, and if you work on a particular topic towards this research, primarily you will be able to be very successful in extracting or getting fund. Understand, once you get a fund, you can work on your research, you can find out or fine tune your research. And once you fine tune your research, you may go for publication, and that publication may be even for patenting or intellectual property right, and to that extent I wish everyone need to work on. So my dear participants and the array organizers, I'm happy that you have given me this chance. If there are any questions, you are welcome. Thank you one and all, and thanks very much.
Thanks, sir. And thanks.
Shall I close my screen, my presentation, the organizers? The organizer madam is there. Mr. Hari?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am, please. You tell about you and then ask question, please.
So, my name is Anushka Kaushik. I'm a visiting faculty at Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts. And
Okay.
I'm doing my PhD in the historical study of the cotton textile industry of Surat.
Okay.
So, my question is, how should I show originality in my proposal while sounding, without sounding unrealistic? Like when I went for PhD in back in 2022, I opted for the topic related to women's position in Gupta age. So my proposal initially got rejected, and the reason being that I was really unrealistic and over ambitious. So how do we tackle this, especially in the case of history or historical research?
As I told you, you can read a lot through your review of literature, madam. Absolutely no problem. And you need to highlight something away from what you have done in the review of literature. So only when we are able to find a new idea or new methodology, then naturally your proposal will be considered. Am I clear, madam?
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yes, yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Hari?
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Hari, can you just coordinate the questionnaire session and then we'll wind up? Or
Okay,
if
sir.
there are no questions, we can wind up. You just
Okay, sir.
pray.
Okay, sir.
We have any questions? Ask them. Thank,
No question, ma'am.
thank you, sir, for explaining about some topics like basic of IP, simple terms, types of intellectual property. Before we conclude, we would like to thank our sponsors, JVK Technologies. JVK Technologies offers a publication service including Scopus, SCI, patent, copyright, thesis, and textbook, etc. For any publication essence, you are warmly invited to the WhatsApp group link in the chat box as well as in comment section.
Yes,
Before
ma'am.
we conclude,
Can we
before
take
we
a photo,
conclude,
madam? Can we ask everyone to come in video for a photograph? Is it possible? Otherwise, those who can, they can come and someone can take a photograph of that. Then we'll conclude. If possible, people can come in video. And Hari sir, you take a photograph of it, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Done, sir?
My name
Yes,
is
sir.
Ceasar.
Yeah. So it's exactly 5 o'clock. Can we wind up, sir? Mr. Hari, Madam
Yes, sir.
Sivaranjani, Madam Sivaranjani.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can conclude the session, please.
Yes, sir.
Before we conclude, we would like to thank our sponsors JVK Technologies. JVK Technologies offers a publication service including Scopus, SCA, patent, copyright, textbooks, thesis, etc. For any publication essence, you are warmly invited to their WhatsApp group, link in the chat box as well as in comment section. We also thanks all the participants joining us today. Please fill the feedback form for the certificate. Those who fill the feedback only will get the certificates.
So thank you, madam. Thank you, everyone. Thanks
Thank you,
for
sir.
your patient listening. Hope I have enriched you. I'm leaving.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
sir.
very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Before we conclude, we would like to thank our sponsors JVK Technologies. JVK Technologies offers a publication service including Scopus, SCA, patent, copyright, thesis, and textbook, etc. For any publication essence, you are warmly invited to the WhatsApp group link in the chat box as well as on comment section. We also thank all participants for joining us today. Please fill the feedback form for the certificate. Those who fill the feedback only will get the certificates. Please fill the feedback form for the certificate. Those who fill the feedback only will get the certificates. Those who fill the feedback form can leave the meeting. Thank you.